Hello everyone, welcome to Vision Tech Solutions channel. In previous lesson, we learned how to use VLANs to segment the network and create logical broadcast domains. According to this picture, as you can see, we have different departments in our network. They're located in the separate floors, in different floors of the building, and we have three different departments like sales, tech, and leaders. So we create multiple broadcast domains or VLANs in order to actually to segment the network, in order to do the segmentations and kind of traffic control, because the traffic from each department will not be propagated into the other departments. So with this way we can control the traffic. That is one of the benefits of creating VLANs in the network. So in this lesson we are going to talk about how we can do the routing between these networks. As you know, when we have only one broadcast domain, so systems within one broadcast domains can talk to each other. So there is no need for routing. If you look at this diagram, these systems are all connected physically to one switch. But because we have created two separate VLANs, logically these two systems, these two clients A and B, are in VLAN 10 and C and D are in VLAN 20. So systems within the one VLAN or subnet can communicate with each other. There is no need for layer 3 routing. But when we have systems in other VLANs like VLAN 20, because they are on a separate network or separate subnet, so they cannot communicate with the systems in the other VLANs. So here system A cannot communicate with system D, and that is the nature of the VLAN, which segments the network in different broadcast domains. So only systems within the same broadcast domains can talk to each other. So in order to make this communication happen, we have to do a kind of layer 3 routing, which we call it the InterVLAN routing. So in order to do the InterVLAN routing, we need a router that can do this routing for us at layer 3. So it means these systems, like systems, clients in VLAN 10 are connected to the switch, VLAN 20 are connected to the same switch, and then by means of this router, actually the traffic will be routed to the other VLAN. So as you can see in this diagram, VLAN 10 is sending a packet. It goes to the switch, to the access port of the switch in VLAN 10. Then it will go to the router, and the routing decisions from VLAN 10 to VLAN 20. For example, if the packet from system A is going to system D, this router will actually do this routing for us, which is layer 3. So switches are layer 2 and routers are at layer 3. They can do this routing. So the routing will occur in the router. So usually what we do, one of the techniques that we do, because we also talked about the trunk port, that tag traffic will go on the trunk, and Cisco will use 802.1q encapsulation for the trunk ports for different VLANs. So the traffic from different VLANs will be tagged and can only go on the trunk port. And the trunk port, we have two like protocols or encapsulations, ISL or 802.1q. Usually we use that 1q protocol, and so we have to make this link as a trunk. And one of the techniques that we use is called a router on a stick. So it means we create two different sub interfaces on this router in order to do the routing or inter-VLAN routing between two different VLANs that we have. which I'm gonna show you in packet tracer shortly. So it means system A, client A is sending a packet. It will go to the actually, because if system A or client A is sending a packet to system D, because system D is in different subnet, so the traffic will go to the default gateway, or it will ARP for the default gateway uh, of VLAN 10. So which is here is fast Ethernet 00.1, or the sub interface that we have created and we have allocated to function as the default gateway of VLAN 10. And then this router will make a decision and will do the routing, and it will go to the other sub interface which we have specified for the default gateway of VLAN 20, which is fast Ethernet 00.1, and then traffic eventually will go to system D. This is like called a router on a stick, which one of the techniques that we use for InterVLAN routing. The other so, and also this interface should be a trunk, because the tag traffic will traverse on our trunk link, and the trunk link can only transfer the tag traffic, and the traffic is tagged because we have different VLANs. It's tagged with VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. Or the other technique that we can use is by using the layer 3 switch. So we don't need the router, because the layer 3 switches are able to do the routing for us, and we create the SVIs, or switch virtual interfaces, which I'm going to explain shortly in the packet tracer. So what I'm going to do, I will have one access switch here, and I will add 4 clients, because I'm gonna put 2 PCs in VLAN 10 and 2 PCs in VLAN 20. Then I will connect them to the switch and we will do the configurations. So here let's create okay, so here I will add like here we can call it VLAN 10, and here we will call it VLAN 20. So VLAN 10, VLAN 20. So PC0 and PC1 are in VLAN 10, and PC2 and PC3 on VLAN 20. So I'm gonna connect these PCs from their fast Ethernet. Let's say fast Ethernet 1. This one will go fast Ethernet 2. Fast Ethernet 3. And fast Ethernet 4. So the subnet that I'm gonna specify for VLAN 10 is 192 192.168 like 10.0/24, and for VLAN 20 I'm gonna specify 192.168.20/24. And as you know, as you can see, these two networks are separate networks. It means these PCs cannot talk to each other VLAN, because they're in different subnets. So I'm gonna put the IP addresses on the PCs, and okay, so I'm gonna put 192.168.10.1 on the PC 0, on PC 1 I will put, I don't specify the gateway, we will get to that later. So for now I just put 192.168.10.2 on PC2, 192.168.20.1, and this one I put 192.168.20.2. So it's better I specify also the 192.168.10.1, 192.168.10.2, so 10.1, 10.2, and so PC2 192.168.20.1 and 192.168.20.2. Okay, I put here, put this one here, and this one here. Okay, let's check if PC0 and PC1 can ping each other because they're on the same subnet. So if I go to the command prompt, ping from PC0 192.168.10.2. So because they are on the same subnet, okay, probably let's go to the switch and see if the switch interfaces. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. IP config. Oh, I don't see the IP address. Probably. Oh, I put, sorry, I put the gateway, so which is wrong. So I should put 192.168.10.1. So I put, by mistake, I put the default gateway IP address, which I don't want to put. I just 10.1. Okay, let's check again. So IP config, now it has the IP address, and ping 192. Ping 192.168.10.2. So you can see that I can ping the PC2. Now let's see if I can ping 20.1. So you can see that 20 is not pingable because it's in a different subnet. Now in order to make this routing happen, I need to have one layer 3 routing. And the way I'm gonna show you the first one, the first technique I showed you is to use a router and to do the router on a stick. So I use 2901. So what I'm gonna do, I will connect this router, for example, fast Ethernet 01 to gig 00. Okay, one thing also I should do now that I want to do the InterVLAN routing, I have to make this link as a trunk, and I have to also put my PCs in their correct VLAN or access VLANs, because they will go through the trunk port. So what I will do, I will go to the config. Okay, on my switch, I go to int fast Ethernet 01 switch port, access VLAN 10, and because I didn't create VLAN 10 on this switch, it will automatically, when I put one port in that VLAN, it will create VLAN 10 for me. Or also you can put switch port mode access. Now I go to int fast Ethernet 02, which is the second port, switch port mode access, and switch port access VLAN 10. Show VLAN brief, and now I can see that my fast Ethernet 01 and 02 are in VLAN 10. I will do the same for 3 and 4, and I will put them on VLAN 20. Int fast Ethernet 03. 03 is connected actually to PC2. So if I just move this a little bit here, you can see that this one is fast Ethernet 03. So switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 20, and it will create VLAN 20 for me. I will do the same for fast Ethernet 04, switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 20. Now show VLAN brief, and I can see that these two ports are VLAN 10 and these two ports are VLAN 20. But still we will not have connectivity because we haven't configured the routing. In order to check, if I go here and IP config, you can see it is 20. Let's see if I can ping 192.168.10.1, which is PC0, and you can see that the ping is not successful. So what I need to do also, I need to make this port fast Ethernet 05 as a trunk port. Int fast Ethernet 05 switch port trunk in, let's see, okay, switch port mode trunk. Show interfaces trunk, show IP interfaces brief. 05, okay, is up, 05 is down actually, so conf t int fast 05 and no shut. Okay, because right now this router, the port is shut down, it is showing down. So I will go to the router, show IP interface brief gig 00. As you can see, it is down, so I have to go to gig 00 and issue the command no shutdown. Okay, now if I go to the switch and I can see the interface 05 is up now. Show interfaces trunk, and it shows that now this port is 802 encapsulation, and it is the trunk. Now I will do the router on a stick. So it means that the traffic from VLAN 10 should go to this router, and then this router is will act as a default gateway, because when this PC wants to ping another system in a different VLAN, the traffic will go to the default gateway. It will ARP for the default gateway, and the default gateway here is this router. Because we only have one port, so we create a router on a stick, one for this, for VLAN 10, and one for VLAN 20, and then this router will do the routing. So what I will do, actually I will put the note here. So I create G00.1 with the IP 192.168 with the default gateway of VLAN 10, let's say 254, and I will create gig00.2 with the IP 192.168.20.254. So I will create two sub interfaces, gig00.1, gig00.2 for the default gateway of VLAN 20. Conf t int gig00.1. As you can see that I changed to the sub interface mode. I put encapsulation .1q, and I have put the VLAN number 10. IP address 192.168.10.254 with the subnet mask of no shot, of course, because the main interface is up, so this one is also up. I will do the same for VLAN 20 interface gig00.20 encapsulation.1q20 and IP address 192.168.20.254, 255, 255, 255, 0, and no shutdown. Now if I go and show IP interface brief, and you can see that I have created sorry, there is something wrong with this one. I delete it and recreate it. No interface gig00.20 interface gig00.2 encapsulation.1q 20 and IP address 192.168.20.254, 55, 255, 255, 0. No shut. Now if I go show IP interface brief, so I have 1 and 2, which is for VLAN 1 and VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. And this port is the trunk. Now first, let's check from this system if I can put the default gateway, and I can. So the default gateway, I have to specify 192.168.10.254. And let's see if I can ping the default gateway from this system. Ping 192.168.10.254. And you can see that I can ping my default gateway. I will do the same for this one. 4 and ping 192.168.10.254. I can ping. I will do the same from VLAN 20 systems. So I'll go to the default gateway 192.168.20.254, and I will check if I can ping 192.168.20.254. You can see I can ping it. And the last system, I will put 192.168.20.254, and I will check if I can ping 192.168.20.254. I can ping the default gateway. Now, as you saw in the beginning, I could not ping from VLAN 10 to VLAN 20, and now let's see if we can ping 192.168.20.1. And you can see that I can ping from VLAN 10 to VLAN 20 by using the router on a stick. The traffic will go to the default gateway of 192.168.10, and then will be routed to, I will check from VLAN 20 to VLAN 10. Let's see. Ping 192.168.10.1, and you can see that this PC2 is in VLAN 20, but I can ping VLAN 10. This was one technique actually for using router on a stick, but I can use the layer 3 switch, and I will show you how we can do that. So for this purpose, I'm gonna delete I will delete this switch, and I will delete this router also. So what I will do, I will put one layer 3 switch like 3650 here, and I will do the SVI, or switch virtual interfaces, and I will delete also these two. Okay, now I'm gonna connect these PCs to the different ports of this switch, so it is doing as both a switch and a router. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna put these pieces in the correct VLANs on this switch. So conf t int fast Ethernet 01 switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 10. Okay, I will do for fast Ethernet 2 switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 10. 3 and 4 VLAN 20. So I will go to fast Ethernet 3 switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20. It will create VLAN 20 for me, and the last port is 4 switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 20. Show VLAN brief, and as you can see, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now, instead of having the router on a stick, I'm gonna do the switch virtual interfaces, or interface VLANs, in order to do the routing. So I will just put here, so int VLAN 10 with the IP 192.168.10.254, and int VLAN 20 with 192.168.20.254. So I will create these two interface VLANs on it. So at the moment, if I go and ping, for example, ping 192.168.20.1, you can see that I cannot ping, and I didn't touch any IP, so I put all the same. Like there's a default gateway and there is the IP address, same IP address, but I cannot. Let's see. Yeah, so we can see that I cannot ping. It is request timeout because I haven't enabled routing on this multi-layer switch or layer 3 switch. The same thing if I go to this one, and even I cannot ping the gateway because I haven't 192.168.2254. There is no gateway at the moment, and I cannot ping, and I cannot ping even 10.1. Okay, I'll go to this multi-layer switch. The way I do the configuration, I type interface VLAN 10, and I put the IP address 192.168.10.254 with the subnet mask, no shot, and I will create one interface for VLAN 20 and the IP address 192.168.20.254, 255, 255, 255.0, no shot. Now if I go show IP interface brief, and you can see that my VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 SVIs or switch virtual interfaces are up. Now if I go to my PC now, the first thing I will check, see if I can 192.168.10.254, and you can see that I can ping the gateway, and now search 20.1. So something also on this switch, I have to 1 second. Show IP interface brief. We don't need to put any trunk. But let's see, all the interfaces are up. So from PC to, let me check, ping 192.168.10.254, I can ping the gateway, and 20.1. So it says time out. I have to also enable IP routing on this in order to do the routing for us. That was something missing on this. So if I go now and 20.1, let's see. And you can see that I can ping. So I have to create the switch in virtual interfaces, interface VLANs, and also I have to enable the routing because it's a layer 3 switch and it has this functionality that do actually IP routing. For some layer 3 switches it's enabled by default, but for this one we had to enable it, so in order to be able to ping the other pieces. So let's go from PC, for example, 3, see if we can ping 192.168.10.2, for example, and you can see that I can ping. So this is the implementation of InterVLAN routing using a layer 3 switch. So I hope this video has been useful. See you in the next video. Thank you.